Welcome back to Lock and Reload. There it is. It is a Ruger box. Can you guess what is in the Ruger box? Anybody? Fine. We have the brand new Ruger 10/22. Well, almost brand new. I bought it brand new. I already have 50 rounds run through it, because I had to get my initial thoughts on it before I can go ahead and shoot a video for you. Basically this video is about initial impressions and what I like and what I dislike about it. This is not a full-blown review. These are my thoughts on it. And the review is after I make my improvements. And after I make my improvements to tailor the gun to me, then I can go ahead and shoot a review. Out of the box, this is a very fine firearm. By the way, for all you safety sallies out there, magazine is clear. It is empty. Anyways, Ruger 10/22. One of America's favorite rifles. I really thought about not shooting a video on this rifle just because there's so many of them. But there are so many different configurations of this rifle, so I figure I'll give you my take on it. On what I'm going to go ahead and improve on. Ruger has made a lot of improvements with these rifles. We're going to go through some of those improvements that they made with the rifle. Some of the older Rugers, they had to get a new bushing kit if you wanted to go ahead and put in an improved trigger on, or excuse me, an improved hammer on them. They didn't have the greatest hammers on the inside of these. They went ahead and improved the magazine release. As you know, some of the older models, it was basically a flush button that you pushed in, because this rifle was originally designed for just a 10-round flush-mounted box magazine, or detachable magazine, whatever you want to call it. So they went ahead and put a halfway extended mag release, which makes things a little nicer, because I'm sorry, these magazines, they're a great design, but they're itty-bitty. Yes, I plan on buying the new Ruger, was it BX25, their extended magazine. The only reason they finally came out with the extended magazine is because a guy by the name of Bill Ruger, you know, the founder of Ruger Firearms, he was a gun enthusiast. He's a firearms enthusiast. He liked shooting. He built firearms, but he was an anti-gunner at the same time. That man was against anything with a high-capacity mag. He was a firearm builder, anti-gunner, Brady Bill junkie. He absolutely loved Clinton's Brady Bill. Ruger 10/22. The factory stock is very comfortable, but not my forte. I've been so used to shooting things with a pistol grip, because if you have been paying attention to my channel, I enjoy evil, politically incorrect firearms. It scares the hell out of the anti-gun. I'm not a huge fan of the stock. It is comfortable to shoot, just a little short. But that can be changed out. But on the flip side of that, very beautiful wood. The stock was done very, very nice. So kudos to you, Ruger. The action is smooth. I mean, granted, I've only had 50 rounds run through this, but the action is very smooth. I do want to go ahead and put a bigger charge handle on it, because I'm sorry, but I got fat fingers. I'm not a big fan of the barrel band. I'm not a big fan of barrel bands to begin with. This one's made out of polymer. They used to be made out of metal, blued steel generally. So I went with polymer. But because I'm going to be changing out my stock, I have no need for the barrel band. The sights are okay. I can't say I hate them, and I can't say I like them. It's an open sight. This thing is very accurate. This thing was pretty accurate out of the box. I only had to make a couple minor adjustments. I do like the fact that the rear sights go ahead and fold down and fold up, but I really think I'm going to be changing the sights to a fiber optic for my backup sights. And then put an optic on here. I think I'm going to rock a red dot ACOG. I haven't really decided. Not a big fan of the fact that it's a plastic trigger guard and a plastic trigger. Just not a huge fan of it. The whole reason why I bought this was because of my Marlin 60. I love my Marlin Model 60. Unfortunately, that thing is tube fed. And I've been so spoiled with magazine fed weapons, I just wanted to upgrade, so I upgraded to a 1022. The butt plates on these stocks, they used to be metal. They are now plastic. They are actually a really cheap chintzy plastic on top of that. So some of the metal parts that came with these are not so metal anymore. Magazine obviously is plastic, and everything else is metal, except the barrel band and the stock butt plate and the trigger guard and the trigger. Crossbolt safety, as you know, most firearms, I do like the crossbolt safety, unless it's a Mossberg, and I really like the tank safety up here. As you know, on the last shot, the 1022 doesn't lock open. Although that being said, it does have a bolt hold open lever on the bottom, so you can go ahead and hold the bolt open. So these are my data points. So far, I'm probably going to change out the stock, get rid of the barrel band. I have yet to decide if I'm going to keep the barrel or upgrade it like to a Tactical Solutions. I am going to go ahead and change my front sight, rear sight, and put a bigger charge handle on it. Though, and probably put another mag, I do want to get the extended mag release all the way around the trigger guard, just for the simple fact that I don't have to take my hand out of battery. Those are the modifications that I'm probably going to do. When they're going to happen, soon, a good winter project. So all in all, these are my data points. I'm very, very happy with it. Now, seeing that I have this action open, I don't know if any of you have ever received this. Okay, Ruger gives me the biggest damn lock I have ever seen. This is the first thing I pulled out of the box, and my first thought is, why the fuck are they giving me such a huge... Why they're giving me such a huge lock? Well, I found out. They gave me this goofy looking chunk of steel. Alright, this goofy chunk of steel, and mind you, I am completely against this lock, because this lock has a little tab, this little goddamn right here. You go ahead and insert that into your chamber. Like so. And then you flip it around. You got two holes on the back here. This lock goes in like so. Sorry, I got something against putting foreign objects into my chamber. Just not a huge fan of it. The one thing that I've always known about Rugers, whether it's their rifles or their pistols, when you purchase a rifle or a pistol from Ruger, well, generally they're wheel guns or their rifles, they go ahead and they include scope mounts. So again, kudos to Ruger. They went ahead and included a scope mount. So they do supply you all the accessories you kind of need. And I wish they would have went ahead and included a scope. That would have been cool too. But I'll deal with just the scope base, because I got to figure out what I want to put on for an optic. And again, pay attention for future videos, because this here, right outside of probably a couple of shooting videos that I'm going to shoot, you know, in the stock configuration, this is the last video you're going to be talking to me with a background, getting my thoughts on this rifle in the current stock configuration. So look closely. This is the last time you're going to see this rifle in this configuration in a sit-down video kind of like this. So these are my thoughts. I hope this helped and kept you entertaining. And so this is my brand new, outside of 50 rounds, Ruger 1022. This is Lock and Reload. As always, catch you later.